everybody, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back with my second video in the Crafting at a Distance series. And this time I am taking on my friend Suzanna's Topsy Turvy challenge. So her challenge was to have an element on your layout be upside down, as well as to kind of show or tell the story of how COVID-19 is changing things or changing life. And I thought the way that Suzanna created with A Case of the Blahs from Pink Fresh Studio was the absolute perfect collection. So I lifted her and chose the same one. So I have this green geometric paper that's going to be my background, and I have a 4x4 black and white photo, and it's just of like the computer keyboard. And I'm going to use this to kind of tell the story of how we are starting the homeschool adventure at my house, and that's what we're going with. So I have this 6x6 piece of kind of a geometric pattern paper from A Case of the Blahs, and I'm going to put my photo kind of centered in the middle, and it works out perfectly because of all these squares that are going up the page. And for my upside down element, I am going to use this washi tape that has the alphabet on it, and I'm going to flip it upside down. So my alphabet is going to kind of look a little funky, but I actually really like how it turns out in the end, which is, you know, it's awesome. So I'm going to have two little sections of my green squares that are going to have that upside down alphabet. And then I'm going to take this orange kind of shimmery washi tape, I guess you could say, and put it on top to kind of create a little shelf. And the reason that I need these big shelf areas on my layout is I'm going to have a pretty big title. And I thought it would be fun to kind of have my title sit up there along those upside down alphabet strips. And so I'm going to take some of this grid paper washi and start a little element that's going to sit underneath my photo that's going to kind of carry over that same element from the top. So I've got the grid washi, and then I'm going to add the upside down alphabet washi, and then I'm also going to add the orange, just so that that element is carried over in 3 distinct places on the layout, and then my photo is just going to sit on top of that little shelf. And so far, I am loving that look. Like, this is not something that I would have necessarily created if there wasn't a challenge for it. Like, who's really going to put the ABC washi tape upside down? But I end up thinking that it looks really cute, and I wish I would have done it on my own without a prompt like this. So I'm using a bunch of the ephemera from this collection, and I'm going to stack it all up on that right side of the photo. And then I have these 3 little black hearts and this green little fabric tag that are going to go on the top part of my photo. And I am going to add some dimensional adhesive behind some of those pieces because I want them to stand up a little bit. And it's funny because this collection works perfectly for the theme, which was not, of course, the intention of this collection. But it has sayings on there, things like, is it Friday yet? Let's stay home. Things that have a whole new meaning now. So it's kind of something where I can document the changes that we are going through, but it's still going to be a really bright, happy, positive layout. And I want it to be that way. So we are putting a little like puffy banner across that bottom one, and then I'm going to work on this really long title. So I want my title to kind of be a letter, and it's going to say, Dear COVID-19. This kind of changes everything. And so I'm using these really big multicolored alphas from Pink Fresh for the Dear COVID-19, and then also for the word everything. And then I'm going to use a tiny alpha, like the little tiny foam white Paige Evans alpha is going to be the words in between. Because I wanted to have enough space, but I also wanted to kind of change up the words because I'm using a pretty long title. Does that make sense? Words are hard for me tonight. I don't know what my problem is lately, you guys, but words have been a little bit challenging for me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up. I'm not going to make you watch this entire title creation, but I'm going to finish lining up all my alphas along those washi tape strips that I have created these kind of little ledges. And when it is done, it says, "Dear COVID-19, this kind of changes everything." And then I'm going to take those same white puffy foam letters from Paige Evans and just put 2020 down at the bottom of the layout so that we are documenting when this is happening. And then I'm just looking to see what else I can include. And so I find these stickers that have all these arrows, and I think that those will be really cute. And I want to put them into 3 areas of my layout so that I am working in thirds. So I have the little yellow one, and then I have the green one, and then I go on a search. I start with that one that has the black with the space you can write. And I go on a search to find a better one. And I keep searching and searching and searching, and then I pull out the ephemera pack and the fabric tags, and I keep looking and looking and looking. And you know what they say about your first choice always being the right one. So after all this searching, I end up going back to the original one. This one says just no, and I just couldn't put it on there because honestly, this might seem a little bit sad or, I don't know, weird. But my kids are actually really excited about homeschooling, especially Parker. He has been a little bit frustrated at his school, not really meeting the needs that he has necessarily. And he has been asking me for a really long time if I could please homeschool him. And it was kind of a joke, and then all of a sudden here we are, and he's like, "Oh, you are gonna homeschool me." But my kids all know that I taught middle school and high school for years and years and years, and so they have been very interested to see like the teacher version of mom. So they are a little bit excited about this whole homeschooling adventure that we're getting ready to start. So I will let you know after the first week if they're still excited or not, because I have a feeling the excitement might go away when they realize, mom's going to make us do stuff, even though we're at home. This is real school. And so I messed up one of my Nuvo drops right there, which is why I was telling you that great story, to kind of avoid all of the emphasis on me messing up the Nuvo drop dotlets. But I changed the placement of my stars, and I covered it up and created new dots, and that's going to do it for this layout. So hopefully you are loving all of these challenges as part of the Crafting at a Distance. If you are playing along, make sure you share your layouts with us, and then I will be back very soon to show you my take on Sarah Scrap's challenge as well. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.